Today I feel very grateful that I have this opportunity to meet you all again. In 2013, I was very ill for some time. So in 2013, 2014, I couldn't really come to the program to join you. I miss you a lot. I remember that when we started this program in 1991, every Sunday morning, I will be here at 9 until 11. After 11, I will move myself to the front to present another Dhamma talk. For about 12 years, it's almost nonstop. So I was closely related with this program, but somehow after 12 years, I was getting busier. So I tried to invite assistant teachers to come and help to support this program. So that's why we can maintain this program up to date. So I wanted to say that I'm very appreciative for all those volunteers, organizers who help this program to continue for so many years. Right now, I feel fine. Basically, I feel okay. I can resume my schedule at the temple. Not like before, but slowly I'm trying to pick up something that I can do. So today I want to spend 40 minutes with you. And I hope that I can share something that I learned from Buddhism, to let you know, and also maybe you can learn from this. My topic, I told Barbara last Sunday, I said I wanted to present a general topic. That is foundations of learning Buddhism. Basically, I wanted to use this general topic for a few times. There are foundations to learn Buddhism. The fundamental understanding about Buddhism. Okay. So today, first time, I wanted to present something based on this topic. Next time, I wanted to talk about something else, maybe meditation, Buddhist meditation. Okay. Today, I wanted to invite you back to the basics. After we learn Buddhism for some time, we are concentrate on certain concepts, certain practices. Okay. Nowadays, I feel sometimes it's good to back to the basics. What is Buddhism? How should I do? What should I do in order to understand Buddhism correctly? Not because I'm focusing on something, then off the course. Okay. So this is the idea why I wanted to raise this topic and to discuss with you. If I ask you, when you hear people ask this question, is the Buddhism religion or philosophy? Philosophy. What is your answer? Okay. Sometimes, even myself, I don't feel very comfortable to say Buddhism is a religion. Buddhism is a philosophy. I don't feel comfortable because sometimes if you study more about Buddhism, you feel Buddhism is neither religion nor philosophy. Or can be both. Buddhism is a religion, also at the same time, it can be a philosophy. Or beyond religion, beyond philosophy. According to one of the definitions I found about 35 years ago, when I checked on one dictionary, I checked on the word religion. It says religion means a group of people and follow certain belief, believing there's creator. But somehow in Buddhism, we don't have this concept. So you cannot put religion on Buddhism. But Buddhism does look like a religion, okay, in a certain way. If you say Buddhism is a philosophy, yes, we have some ideas similar like a philosophy. At the same time, Buddha always emphasized about daily life and a lot of practices that we can use in daily life. So it's not just concepts, ideas, like philosophy. So sometimes we say Buddhism is beyond religion, beyond philosophy. Then another simple answer in this way: Buddhism is a way of life. But today I wanted to add, Buddhism is a way to lead us to develop good life and happy life. So I have to emphasize on this. I wanted to remind old friends here that when Buddha was in India teaching his Dharma, he never say, I'm teaching Mahayana Buddhism today. Tomorrow I will be teaching Theravada Buddhism. Buddha never mentioned those words during his time. He was trying to help people understand their life, try to find a solution for their problems every day, meeting different kinds of people, young or old, male, female, rich people or poor people, some educated people or non-educated people. Sometimes, if you go to the library, you are going to find a sutra, cattle racing sutra, cattle racing. There is a sutra in the library taught by Buddha. Why we have that sutra? Because one day Buddha met a farmer, and the farmer had many cattle to 耕种怎么说? To develop his, what do you call it? Farming, for farming. He asked Buddha, Buddha, how can I raise my cattle in a good condition? Let them stay in a good health. I read the sutra in the library many years ago. I couldn't remember everything, but one or two points are still in my mind. Buddha said, you need to move your cattle around the places, the grasslands. Don't let them stay in one area for too long. They eat everything up, the land cannot grow grass. That's not good. So you have to move your cattle around the places. And also, after they eat enough food, you have to let them drink plenty of water to help digestion. So some ideas taught by Buddha about raising cattle. So Buddha was teaching so many disciples, including farmers, simply asking, how can I raise my cattle? Okay, so today, if you ask me, is Buddhism is really divided by schools? I wanted to answer you that originally Buddhism was not divided in any school. Basically, Buddha was teaching everything that he knows and answering all kinds of questions from people. Try to help those people to gain their benefits or to increase their happiness in life or to gain liberation from birth or ignorance. Okay. So this is the first concept we have to understand. We don't divide Buddhism into Mahayana Buddhism or Hinayana Buddhism or Theravada Buddhism, but we do allow people to understand. We do encourage people to understand there are levels in Buddhism because Buddha talking to different people. Different kind of questions creates different kind of levels, different kind of practices. So in this case, Buddhism can be divided into 5 levels. 5 levels. Normally, we call those 5 vehicles. 5 vehicles. That means those vehicles can carry us from this point to another point. Okay. From question to answer, from suffering to happiness. Okay. the first level is the level that teaches us how to be a good human being. Do you know that there's another sutra? One of Buddha's very devoted disciple, and after his son got married with a beautiful wife from a very rich family, this young lady was not acting properly in a family. So one day, this father-in-law invited Buddha to his home. Buddha, would you please teach my daughter-in-law? Tell her how to behave like a wife, how to behave like a daughter-in-law. So actually there's a sutra for this. Okay. So sometimes Buddha taught us how to be a good human being. How to be a good human being. There are a lot of teachings related with this kind of practices. And sometimes people ask Buddha, Buddha, I wanted to go to heaven. What should I do? So there's a second level, how to go to heaven. Okay. But in Buddhism, I wanted to mention that the idea of heaven in Buddhism is different from other religion. Other religion will say heaven is different from earth. It can be separated into two spaces. Okay. One is somewhere we call heaven. One is this world we are living on. In Buddhism, we say heaven can be everywhere. So when we say heaven, it doesn't mean always full of luxuries. Actually, the highest level of heaven related with very deep concentration, very good meditation. So in this level, Buddha teach people how to meditate well in order to gain concentration and create peaceful mind, mental stage. Okay. So this is the second level. The third level and the fourth level related with people. Buddha, I don't want to reborn again. I wanted to eradicate all ignorance from my life. I wanted to liberate from birth and death. So in this level, we divide into two. One we call Arahant. Another one we call Silent Buddha. In this stage, you are not just practicing generosity, meditation, observe precepts. You also have to have enough wisdom in order to break through all ignorance. So these are higher level. The last level, the fifth level, okay, is Bodhisattva level. In this level, all students, they will say, I'm not just learning Buddhism for myself, for my own benefits. Also, I wanted to help others to liberate from all kinds of sufferings. So in this level, all students, they all have compassion, loving kindness inside their heart. They practice the Dharma for themselves, at the same time for others. So this is the fifth level. Okay, this level, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, they are not like single houses. You can divide them into pieces. Actually, they are like a building, one building. In this building, first level, second level, third level, fourth level, fifth level. You can say, I wanted to go to the first level for some time. I just wanted to learn how to be a good human being. Buddha said, okay, this is your wish. You stay in the first level for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. It depends on your own will. But we encourage you to go upstairs, find a way to go to heaven. The meaning of heaven may differ from other religions, but going to heaven, that means you have to learn meditation. Increase your concentration in order to have inner peace. Otherwise, it's difficult to enjoy yourself enjoy your life. So people will, if people, they say, oh, the first level, the second level is not satisfying my needs. I wanted to go to the third or fourth level. You are welcome. You emphasize on your own liberation, your own benefits. That's okay, but we call them Arahant or silent Buddha. After they graduate, actually, they almost like a Buddha. But in this level, even they achieve enlightenment, but we still don't call them Supreme Buddha, like Shakyamuni Buddha. This concept is very difficult to understand. I wanted to use one example that right now there is a medical student just graduate from medical school. So we call him a doctor. But if we compare this newly graduate doctor with very experienced doctor, are there differences? Yes? Okay, one means he's qualified for this degree of this title. But at the same time, we know if we compare this newly graduate student with a very experienced doctor, there are still differences. Okay. So this student still needs to continue on certain practice. They have to stay in a hospital for a few years in order to continue to learn from experiences. So that's why we have differences there between Arahanthood, silent Buddha, and Buddha. And Bodhisattva is the path that is very important for us to know that in this level, all Buddhists are encouraged not just practice the Dharma for themselves and also for other people at the same time. So we call them Bodhisattva. Another time, when I go to this level and talking about this topic, I wanted to use more time to explain what is the meaning of a Bodhisattva. Okay. Today, I just wanted to skip on this area. All right. So there are sutras in 5 levels, 5 vehicles. It depends on you, which level do you want to go to. You can make a selection. But we hope every one of us, when we learn Buddhism, we're not just thinking on our own benefits. At the same time, we hope we can care for others, thinking about other people's needs. So we do encourage people to go straight to the 5th level and start your practice over there. Okay, today I wanted to introduce another sutra. That is a sutra in Agamaha Sutra. In this Agamaha Sutra, there are 13 small short sutras in it. 1,300 short sutra in it. Number 91 sutra. Number 91, there's short sutra. One young man, his name is Insika. One day, this young man went to the Buddha and visited Buddha. Buddha, could you teach me? How can I be happy in my life? How can I be happy in my life? Oh, Buddha said, Insika, there are a few ways you can do. You can create a happy life. Okay. And one is you have to be able to work to earn your living. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that? You have to have a skill in order to work and earn your own living. I think it's very practical. Yeah. The second is you are able to manage your finance. After you earn some money, you know how to keep those wealth safely or continue to do some investment on those earnings. So that is the second condition. The third condition is having good friends around you. Oh, after I read this, I feel it's so wonderful. Having good friends around you. We all wanted to have a happy life, but we forgot that we need good friends around us. You cannot create all happiness by yourself. A lot of times, we depend on family members, good friends around us in order to have a happy life. The last one is, you are going to lead a life in moderate style. That means how much you earn, you wanted to calculate how much you can spend. Or you earn too much, you don't want to spend any money for your living, you are very stingy. It's not good lifestyle. So how to live in the normal way, in a balanced way in your life. You don't indulge in yourself. You don't want to be a very stingy person in yourself. So you wanted to live a normal lifestyle. Okay. This is Buddha's teaching from this sutra. Today I wanted to emphasize on the third one, having good friends around us. Okay. Let's think about this teaching. Do we want to have a good friends? I believe every one of us, we do wish we have good friends around us. Myself, I do wish all members in the temple are my good friends. Okay. But we always feel I want to have good friends. And shall we think in a different way? How can I be others' good friend? How can I be others' good friend? We're not just asking, you should be my good friend, you should be my good friend. At the same time, let's ask ourselves, how can I be others' good friend? So there was another story from Vijnana. Vijnana means Buddha teaching disciples, bhikkhus, monks, how to coordinate themselves, how to live in a very manner dealing with the daily life. Okay. One day, Buddha was sitting with disciples in one area. Venerable Nanda was there, Venerable Shariputra was there, and also other disciples around him. After some time, Shariputra told Buddha, Buddha, I have to travel to very far away. I wanted to visit another place. It's very far. I need to leave early. So excuse me, I need to leave right now. Shariputra left the place. After the meeting was over, then Venerable Ananda discovered Shariputra left one of the rope on the floor. Venerable Ananda told Buddha, Buddha, Shariputra, he left one of his rope on the floor. He forgot to take the rope with him. So what should I do to deal with this situation? Because according to one of the precepts, if you don't have another monk's permission, if you don't have another person's permission, you should not touch his belonging. You should not do anything with his belonging. You have to get permission. But somehow, Shariputra is far away from the place. He doesn't carry cell phone. So nobody can call him, contact him. So Buddha said, Ananda, there's another way. You have to contemplate on this kind of thoughts. You are a good friend of Shariputra. You are thinking, I'm a good friend of Shariputra. In this kind of a contemplation, you can help him to collect the rope and then decide how to keep the rope for him. Okay, and so Venerable Ananda hear from Buddha's words, then he asked another question. Buddha, would you teach me, how can I be somebody's good friend? How can I be? What are the qualifications I need to have in order to say I'm somebody's good friend? So there are a few conditions over here I wanted to share with you from this teaching. There are 7 qualifications for a good friend. If I wanted to be your good friend, first, I have to be a person can be trusted. So you can share your personal matters with me. You can tell me your secrets. You can share any kind of thoughts with me. We can discuss. We can talk to each other without any uncomfortable feeling. So, am I, able to achieve this kind of way can be trusted by people? So I have to ask myself, can you trust me? If people cannot trust me, that means I still need to improve myself. Okay. The second, after you talk to your good friend about personal matters, you wanted to keep all those words inside you. You don't want to spread those words around. You help friends, to keep all those personal matters. Long time ago, when we have, the convenience of internet, a lady came to me. He was very, very sad. She said, Venerable Hangye, I was very mad about my family members and friends. They spread my personal problem with my husband around the neighborhood. So it's not a good way to do that. Okay? So a good friend means we're able to keep those secrets inside us. We don't want to spread somebody's personal matters around the neighborhood. And also, when a friend who's facing difficulties, I never abandon this friend. He or she is in trouble. I don't say, oh, she's in trouble, he's in trouble. I wanted to leave him. I never abandon this friend. So there's another quality. This friend used to be very rich, very successful in business. We were good friends, but nowadays his business is not very good. He's getting poor. I will never discriminate this friend because his financial situation. Okay. And also, I'm able to forgive others' mistakes. Yeah. I'm able to forgive others' mistakes. It's important because forgiveness is the foundation of happiness. If somebody is not able to forgive others, we have a burden inside us that will create our own suffering. And also, we don't provide opportunities for others. It's not a bodhisattva way, bodhisattva style. So we have to provide opportunities for others. I'm able to accomplish something is difficult for friends. You wanted to fix the car. Okay, it's difficult. Okay, long time ago, 30 years ago, when I was in Houston, friends come to the temple, help me to change engine oil. In those days, we changed our own engine oil. I didn't know how to change engine oil, but somebody came. We spent half day to change engine oil. And so those are good friends. Be able to accomplish something is difficult. Okay. Be able to share something I like. Oh, this battery is okay. I don't like it. Do you want it? It's easy to share something we don't like. But it's difficult to share things we like. We like it very, very much. I used to share one story of my own. And I remember that long time ago, 15 years ago, even 20 years ago, when Venerable Chaoding was in Houston. And one day I invited him for tea. And after we had tea, I told him, I said, Venerable, do you want to have some teapots? Teapots. He said, what kind of teapots do you have? I said, I have a few over there, about 20 teapots. You can select any one of it. So he went there, look. He never showed that he liked any one of it. Suddenly, a layperson next to him and told the Venerable, Reverend Chao-Ting, do you know there's another teapot? The teapot is the teapot I'm using every day. I like it very much. So I keep the teapot in one area. Okay. And he said, okay, let me take a look. So he went to another place. He took the teapot, looked around. So during the time when he was looking around the teapot, I told myself, I hope he doesn't like this teapot. Because you like this teapot very much. You feel, oh, it's better not, not in this kind of situation. I hope he's not interested in this teapot. Somehow this teapot is so special. A layperson from Taiwan, she selected this teapot from 100 teapots from his father's collection. This teapot looked like a zhuang. There was a Bodhidharma's carving on the teapot and one Zen character on the teapot. It looks elegant. And the handcraft was so beautiful. After a few seconds of that kind of thoughts, I remind myself, I should give everything to my good friends. I should share things that I can share. I'm having, even I like. I wanted to practice generosity by using this opportunity. So I told Venerable Chao-Ting, please take it. Do you like it? Please take it. Please take it. He didn't hesitate. Okay, good. And she took the teapot to Los Angeles. Somehow, after I gave him that teapot, I have more enjoyment. I have more happiness. Because every time when I call him from Houston, he's in Los Angeles. Venerable Hang Yi, I'm using your teapot to treat my friends. We're having teas today. I wish you can come to my temple. Venerable Hang Yi, your teapot is so wonderful. I'm using it today. So the first few years, every time when I call him, he always mentioning something about teapot. He's enjoying to have the teapot. He's mentioning I gave him this teapot. So he creates more happiness in my life. I enjoy those conversations. Okay. So sharing and giving something you like with your friends. This is another qualification of good friends. Nowadays, after we know those qualifications, what is behind those qualifications? What are the practices behind those qualifications? We all wanted to be somebody's good friend. How can we achieve those qualifications? Basically, according to Buddha's teaching, it's not that difficult. It's easy. Observe 5 precepts. You will be achieving those qualifications, eventually. Yeah. So these are 5 precepts. No killing, but respect or protect other lives. No killing, but protect other lives. No stealing, but giving what you can share. Okay. No sexual misconduct, but respect other family relationship. Okay. And no lying, but say the truth. So you can be trusted. You're always saying something that is true. No lying, so people can trust in you. Okay. Finally, no intoxication, but eat healthy food and a good, good diet, to benefit your body, maintain your clear mental stage. Okay, so these are the basic teachings of Buddha. And today, what I hope you can remember is there are 5 vehicles from Buddha's teaching. We cannot divide Buddha's teaching into Mahayana school or Theravada school, because in Mahayana area, we have those 5 stories. In Theravada area, we have the same schools, buildings like that. So these are all the same. Sometimes we don't really use Mahayana or Theravada unless we have to. Sometimes I simply use Northern Buddhism, Southern Buddhism. Buddhism spread from North India to China, to Tibet, to Korea, to Japan. We call this Northern Buddhism. Most of the time we follow a lot of sutras in Sanskrit from Northern Buddhism. Okay. And Southern Buddhism, that means Buddhism went to Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Thailand, from South India. In those areas, they follow Pali. So that is the differences between Buddhism. Of course, sometimes the lifestyle may be different because of culture background. In Myanmar, in Thailand, you wanted to show your respect to parents, teachers. Take off your hats, take off your shoes, and what do you call that? Open your shoulders. Pardon? Bare your shoulders. That means you wanted to serve. You wanted to work. You wanted to work. Okay. If you are the parents, okay, the younger people will, oh, I wanted to bare my arms and in order to serve you, in order to respect, to show my respect. Okay. But in China, different culture, different kind of society. When you see your parents, your teachers, you need to wear your hat. You have to cover your whole body. You better wear your shoes. It's different. It's different. In China, we cannot beg food from people. The tradition is not easy to change. But in Burma, in Thailand, because different kind of environment, it's easy to continue on this kind of a practice, begging food from people. As a monk in Burma, you don't cook, but in China, there are so many, historical movements, changes, culture revolution. So monks, we have to cook for ourselves. So these are the differences between Northern Buddhism and Southern Buddhism. Okay. But the teaching basically are the same. Yeah, we have to understand this. So it's easy to talk to Sri Lanka Buddhist monk, Burmese Buddhist monk. There's no obstacles for us to talk to each other. But the lifestyle may be different. Okay. All right. I should stop. And any suggestions, any comments, or anything you wanted to ask me today? Oh, yes, Carlos?
You mentioned these 5 vehicles.
5 vehicles, yes.
Yeah, you mentioned these 5. I would like to know, first of all, if these divisions were already in the time of the Buddha, or was something afterwards, after Buddha passed away, after a couple of centuries, after Buddha passed away? That is the first question. And the second is related to it, is if that was taught by the Buddha, in which sutras I can find these 5 divisions?
I believe if you check on the sutra I just mentioned a while ago, Agamaha Sutra, I think Agamaha Sutra, there are 4 sections, 4 different kind of sections. One of the section is 杂阿含, 廖我号怎么说? 杂阿含. There is one basket of the sutra. I think there's a translation from Bodhi BQ. Let me find the number of one of the sutra.
I think it's a Majjhima Nikaya.
Okay.
Majjhima Nikaya.
Okay. 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 Yes. Actually, when we carefully study those sutras, you can find certain sutras that emphasize on the practitioner's own liberation. And at the same time, in some sutras, they will emphasize on compassion and loving kindness. Okay, and some sutras may be separated from this category, but there's some individual sutras still in this variant of Agamaha Sutra. There are several sutras, like Singalaka Sutra. I did mention this. Okay, and this teaches us how to be a good layperson. Okay, and according to a young man, Singalaka, he was bowing to 6 directions. And when Buddha asked him, "Why you are bowing to 6 directions?" "My father, before he passed away, he asked me to do this for the family. I don't know what is the meaning of it." So from there, Buddha taught this young man, "Okay, if you wanted to know the meaning of bowing, maybe I can tell you." So Buddha said, East represents parents, the relationship between parents and daughters and sons. So in this section, Buddha tell us how to be a good parents, how to be good daughters or sons, children. Yeah. And the West represents husband and wife. So there are 6 kind of different relationships. Maybe someday I can find a time to share all those teachings. How to be a good husband, Buddha said, respect her. Imagine 2,500 years ago when Buddha taught disciples, respect your wife. That was so important in those, old historical period. Yeah. Okay, Barbara.
I have a question. I noticed that your talk is being recorded, and I was wondering if that recording is available to us, or is it just a recording for the Temple archives? Just curious about it.
Basically, I feel anything I say, I present, it can be used, in any way to benefit anyone who wants to listen. So, Shitashi, do you want to use this recorder for any purpose? It can be available, for any purpose. Okay. All right. Yeah, Judy.
You mentioned that the 5 vehicles.
Yes.
Not like the partitions, but broader. It's a layer. Like
Yes.
The first layer, how to be a human being, is the foundation. The first layer, right?
Yes.
And then to be in the heavenly realm is the second level, and then Arohan and the silent Buddha. It's like one on top of the other, right?
Yes.
And then the Bodhisattva is the 5th level. It's on the top of, all of that. So you go from one and you go to the next level, right? It's like on the foundation, you have a foundation and you go up one after another to a higher level. But then you also mentioned that we are encouraged to practice Bodhisattva way directly, instead of just going through for the first level. We are encouraged to just go to the 5th level directly to practice Bodhisattva's way. So can you explain how you do that? Because it's the fifth level, do you take elevator, just go up the fifth level and do it?
You can take an elevator to go upstairs to the. But I wanted to mention that if you are beginner to learn Buddhism. Even you take elevator to go to the 5th floor, you're still learning the teachings on the 1st floor, teachings on the 2nd floor, teachings on the 3rd, 4th floor. It's going to provide everything to you. That means plus great compassion and loving kindness. So it doesn't mean that you skip other levels, you don't learn other teachings. The first level we say observing 5 precepts, practice generosity. This is the first level teaching. The second level is emphasized on meditation. Of course, we still have to practice generosity and also observe 5 precepts. Okay. The third level, the fourth level, the same. You have to observe those precepts. You have to be generous. You have to have meditation. Okay. But plus clear right understanding. Clear right understanding on 3rd and 4th level, because without wisdom, we cannot break the ignorance. So in this level, learning wisdom is so important. The 5th level, you have everything. Observing precepts, practice generosity, and practice meditation, and having wisdom, plus great compassion and loving kindness. So you have all those studies to learn together in order to improve yourself as a bodhisattva. So there are different titles for different purposes. Actually, we all wanted to go beyond the 5th, achieve Buddhahood. Okay, enter Buddhahood. So that is the goal. So all the levels are students. They are all students. Okay. All right.
So,
yes?
Okay, I just checked. So do I say that we don't take elevator to the, just use that as an example, that it's not recommended to take the elevator and skip all the floor. So it's better to climb the step from one to the other.
It depends on your own ability. Mm-hmm. For example, I just recovered from my illness. Let me enter the 1st floor, rest myself for 2 days or 3 days. That's okay. If I feel I'm strong enough, I can climb, all the way from the 1st floor to the 5th floor. You can climb, yeah. Go to the class on the 5th floor. Okay. That means it depends on your own ability, also your own will. Sometimes, do you know that when we say, Judy, let me teach you how to liberate from birth and death, how to break through your ignorance. If Judy say, Venerable Hangyi, I don't want to listen to this kind of a Dharma. I just wanted to know how can I be, better in my family life. How can I, be, a better person in the society. Sometimes people don't want to learn something she or he doesn't feel is urgent. He doesn't want, or she doesn't want. So in this kind of a case, you cannot force people to listen to you. So that's why we say there are levels you can select. But we encourage people to understand all 5 levels are important. And we cannot skip any level. We have to learn everything. But for your own will, for your own ability, sometimes we have to make a decision which level that I wanted to go to. Yeah. Okay. All right. And today, thank you for listening to me, and I appreciate your attention. Next time, Barbara, would you please allow me to discuss Buddhist meditation. Let me use time for this subject because I wanted to clarify that what is the real meaning of meditation in Buddhism and how can we practice in daily life? Okay. How can we use meditation to benefit ourselves? Because through some serious illness, especially the last 2 years, I found meditation was very useful. It's very useful, yeah, to everyone. Okay.